Blake Shelton and Luke Bryan's careers are very similar. Before becoming judges on reality TV series, they were both country singers. American Idol features Luke Bryan as a judge. After 12 years on the show, Blake Shelton decided to leave as a coach in 2023. There have been several #1 singles for both artists. Luke Bryan came clean about stealing a popular song from Blake Shelton, a country musician. The year 2024 saw the release of Luke Bryan's album Mind of a Country Boy, album number 8 in his studio career. His 31st and 32nd #1 hits were on this album. Compared to Blake Shelton, that is more. Texas is one of 30 singles from the The Voice Coach's 2025 album, for recreational use only, that reached #1. Last year, Love You, Miss You, Mean It, the lead single from Luke Bryan's album, topped the charts. With the recent success of his single, Country Song Came On, he now has 32 singles that have reached #1. If Luke Bryan hadn't taken Blake Shelton's #1 song, it would have been his 31st. Even though Luke Bryan didn't compose Country Song Came On, he felt compelled to record it the moment he heard it. It's just a timeless country tune. I used to cover a lot of honky-tonk artists like Clint Black, Brooks, and Dunn, and this is my take on those tunes. Upon hearing it for the first time, the singer exclaimed, "That says everything I wanted to say." This was revealed in a TikTok video that discussed the song's inspiration. However, he nearly didn't want to record the song. Taste of Country reported that he had confessed to stealing it from Blake Shelton. According to him, the voice resembled Blake Shelton's when he received the tape. Despite his uncertainty as to whether the music reached Blake, Luke Bryan confessed that he fell in love with it after playing it repeatedly in his van. His addition was made. "I would have communicated with Blake via text message and mentioned, 'Hey man, this one sounds like it's got your name on it.'" One of Luke Bryan's most successful songs is Country Girl Shake It For Me from 2011. As soon as the performer started playing the song, the audience at the show became somewhat noisy. However, Luke Bryan claims that there were some shady dealings that led to the song reaching #1. Backstage Country Radio recently featured Luke Bryan. During his interview with Elena Smith, he discussed the dubious methods by which Country Girl Shake It For Me became a hit. He spoke about the song, which reportedly had 20 million downloads per week for 3 years, and how many didn't get just how much it was being illegally downloaded at the time. Streaming music services like Spotify did not exist in 2011. Fans of illegally downloaded music depended on services like LimeWire or Napster. In the world of country music, the competition is fierce and nothing gets fans talking like a good rivalry. The latest drama to catch the attention of country music lovers involves none other than American Idol judge Luke Bryan and country music superstar Blake Shelton. The buzz began when rumors surfaced that Luke Bryan had stolen one of Blake Shelton's hit songs. The song in question, a fan-favorite country anthem, was reportedly taken by Bryan without any acknowledgement of its origin. So, what's the truth behind this explosive claim? Did Luke Bryan really steal a song from Blake Shelton, or is this just another case of media exaggeration? In this article, we'll dive into the details of this controversy, explore the relationship between the two country stars, and assess whether this is a case of artistic theft or a misunderstanding. The song that started it all. Before we can fully understand the situation, it's important to establish which song is being referred to as stolen. The song at the center of the controversy is none other than God Gave Me You, a massive hit for Blake Shelton. Released in 2011 as part of his album Red River Blue, God Gave Me You became one of Blake's signature songs. Written by Dave Barnes, the song was a heartfelt ballad about love and devotion, and it quickly became a staple of Shelton's live performances and radio playlists. It reached the top of the country charts and earned Blake multiple award nominations. However, shortly after God Gave Me You gained widespread success, rumors began swirling that Luke Bryan, another prominent figure in country music, had performed a version of the song during one of his concerts. For fans of country music, the idea that one artist would borrow another's hit song without giving proper credit was unsettling. But was it truly theft, or was there more to the story? Luke Bryan's version of the song. Luke Bryan, who is best known for his energetic performances and catchy hits like Country Girl Shake It For Me and Play It Again, had a reputation for putting his own spin on songs during his concerts. It's common for artists to cover other artists' songs, particularly in the country music genre, where storytelling and musical influences often overlap. However, the controversy in this case stemmed from the fact that Luke Bryan's cover of God Gave Me You was seen by some as more than just a tribute or homage. It was perceived as an attempt to claim the song for himself. In his live performance, Bryan's rendition of God Gave Me You was praised for his soulful, heartfelt delivery, but it also led to confusion among fans. Some questioned why Luke was singing a song that was so closely associated with Blake Shelton, especially considering that Bryan did not acknowledge Shelton's version of the song during the performance. This led many to wonder, was Luke Bryan intentionally trying to steal the spotlight, or was he simply doing what many artists do, covering a hit song because it resonated with him personally? After all, Bryan has been known to cover several popular songs in his shows, including hits by fellow country stars like George Strait and Alan Jackson. The role of American Idol in the drama. While the song controversy alone might have sparked a reaction, the involvement of American Idol adds another layer to the drama. Luke Bryan is currently serving as a judge on the long-running singing competition show, alongside fellow judges Katy Perry and Lionel Richie. As one of the show's most well-known figures, Bryan's actions have a significant impact on both his fans and the broader music community. With American Idol giving him a massive platform, it's possible that his cover of God Gave Me You was not just a casual performance, but also a strategic move to assert himself in the country music scene. Additionally, the timing of Bryan's cover of the song raised eyebrows. At the time, Blake Shelton was heavily involved with The Voice, a direct competitor to American Idol. Could this rivalry between two prominent television personalities have influenced the song choice? Some fans speculated that Luke Bryan's performance was a subtle way of throwing shade at Blake Shelton, a move that would fit right into the competitive world of reality TV. However, it's important to remember that such rivalries are often exaggerated by the media and fans, and there may have been no ill intent on Bryan's part. Did Luke Bryan intentionally steal Blake Shelton's song? So, did Luke Bryan intentionally steal Blake Shelton's song, or was this just a misunderstanding? The answer isn't as simple as it may seem. Let's break it down. First, it's essential to acknowledge that Bryan's cover of God Gave Me You was not a commercial release. He did not record the song and release it to radio or streaming platforms as his own version. Rather, it was a live performance, which is a common occurrence in the music industry. Artists often cover songs during their concerts to pay tribute to their influences, entertain fans, or put a new spin on a well-known track. In many cases, these covers are never intended to be anything more than a fun, fleeting moment in a live show. Second, it's worth noting that Luke Bryan has been a huge fan of Blake Shelton for years. The two country music stars have shared a friendly rivalry and camaraderie over the years, often joking about each other during interviews and on social media. Their relationship doesn't seem to have been negatively impacted by the song controversy, suggesting that this was simply a case of artistic expression rather than an intentional attempt to steal from Shelton. Finally, it's important to consider the nature of the country music industry itself. In country music, covering another artist's song is a common practice, and it doesn't necessarily mean that the artist is trying to take credit for the original work. Country artists often interpret songs in their own unique ways, offering fresh takes on familiar tunes. In the case of God Gave Me You, Bryan's cover could be seen as a tribute to Shelton's hit song rather than an attempt to claim ownership of it. The media's role in exaggerating the situation. As is often the case with celebrity drama, the media played a significant role in escalating the situation. Headlines like Luke Bryan steals Blake Shelton's hit song spread quickly, fueled by fans eager for drama and competition between the two country stars. The story was amplified by social media, where fans on both sides took to platforms like Twitter and Instagram to voice their opinions, with some defending Bryan and others accusing him of stealing from Shelton. In reality, the incident was likely much less dramatic than it appeared. It's important to remember that in the entertainment industry, moments like these are often blown out of proportion. What began as a simple cover performance turned into a media frenzy, with each side of the debate adding fuel to the fire. Conclusion: no harm done? At the end of the day, it seems unlikely that Luke Bryan intentionally stole Blake Shelton's hit song. While the performance may have raised eyebrows and caused some stir among fans, it was likely a harmless moment in a live concert rather than a deliberate attempt to claim Shelton's success. Both Bryan and Shelton are seasoned professionals in the country music industry, and it's clear that their rivalry, if it even exists, is more about playful banter than any serious competition.